there, thinkers. Welcome to Thinking Game Trivia with me, Quizmaster Jack, playing through Buzzword's 2024 offerings. It's week 36. That means we're halfway through the second half, or 3/4 of the way through, once we finish, whatever you want to call it, of their pop culture and sports. Our target score now is 107. So looking for all the questions right and a little more.
In the 2016 U.S. tour, this actor, rather than Neil Patrick Harris, starred as Hedwig in Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Oh,
this actor starred in and co-wrote the score for Star Kids' spoof of Harry Potter musical.
Oh, yeah, what's this guy's name?
Name this curly-haired actor who played Blaine Anderson,
on Glee.
Kurt's boyfriend on Glee.
Yeah, what was his name? Diego? Something? Yeah, I know who the guy is. I just don't know what his name is. Yeah, Darren Criss. Darren Criss knew who they were talking about with the Star Kids stuff, but didn't have the name. Specific term.
In Minecraft, combining 2 of these blocks and 2 gravel blocks outputs 4 blocks of their coarse variety. Modified versions of these blocks include ones that form village paths and hoed farmland. For 10 points, name these common blocks on the surface of Minecraft.
I'm just gonna say dirt. Yeah, I did my time in Minecraft, and it didn't grab me, but it sounded like dirt. All right, so that was a clear non-wheelhouse video game question, but I was able to get it right, get some 12 points.
A singer with this surname who co-wrote Rainbow Connection was featured on Daft Punk's song Touch. Another singer with this surname describes All Ends with Beginnings, which is like the legend of the Phoenix on Daft Punk's Get Lucky.
Wait, it's just Williams. Was there a different Williams on Touch, or was this all just about Pharrell Williams? I'll have to look up. Editor Jack, let me know who that other Williams was, or if it was Pharrell Williams again.
This character attacks researcher Miles Dyson, but declines to kill him in front of his family. With help from Kyle Reese, this woman defeats a being sent to prevent her from giving birth to a man who will later defeat Skynet. Linda Ham.
Sarah Connor. Yeah. I thought we were in comic books very much for a while there. But yeah, with Miles Dyson, was he the guy in T2? I haven't watched T2 in a long time. Maybe 2 decades. I really thought we were in comic books there. But yeah, Sarah Connor, of Sarah Connor Chronicles fame. 2 queens in Game of Thrones played Sarah Connor, Emilia Clarke, and Lena Headey.
On this show, the prospect of having the hyphenated surname Sherwood Forrest horrifies Corky. After leaving the Betty Ford Clinic, this sitcom's protagonist rejoins the news show FYI and becomes a single mom. Vice President...
Oh, this has got to be Murphy Brown. Yeah. Good that Dan. Then they talk about Dan Quayle and how Murphy Brown and Dan Quayle had a feud.
Sci-fi author Gene Wolfe co-invented the machine that makes this product. Procter & Gamble once argued against a tax on this product by claiming its hyperbolic paraboloid shape is not found in nature. The slogan, "Once you pop, you can't..."
That's Pringles. I believe another co-inventor of Pringles was buried in a Pringles can. His ashes were put in a Pringles can. It is true, once you pop, you cannot stop. They need to get some technology to figure out how you get to the bottom. My hand is too big to get to the bottom of a Pringles can. That's what you should work on, science fiction writer.
This actor played a director frustrated that Hobie can't say "would that it were so simple" in the
Ray Fiennes. 19. Would that it were so simple. Would that it were so simple. Hail Caesar. I watched that on a plane. So check that off your bingo card for Thinking Game Trivia here. Movies that Jack saw on a plane. That's a wild movie. There's a lot of stuff going on. But honestly, the The would that it were so simple is like the most famous scene, because the premise is they got this guy, the actor Hobie, who's a Western star and like does all his own stunts and that, and then they try to get him into this high society sort of thing to make him a studio star. And he's really good at jumping off of horses and shooting guns, but can't say would that it were so simple. And that's the only thing I remember about Hail Caesar.
On this show, the film An American Hero is made about Thomas, who reports his own muscular dystrophy to authorities. In its last season, John Smith kills J. Edgar Hoover and becomes head of North America. A Philip K. Dick novel in...
Gotta be... It's The Man in the High Tower? High Castle! Alright. You gotta get the words right. It's Man in the High Castle. Well, somebody else made the mistake, at least.
This song titles the first EP by Leona Lewis. This song's writer said it isn't mine anymore after hearing a cover of it that appeared as the second track on American 4. The lines, "You could have it all, my empire of dirt," appeared.
It's Hurt. Yeah, so that must be Trent Reznor talking about Johnny Cash cover of Hurt. Because, yeah, Johnny Cash did a pretty damn good cover of Hurt. I'd say, American 4, that was the Johnny Cash album. I'm not sure if it was his last or not, but it was his, we call it the last hurrah, for sure. That'll get you right here.
The female lead of this musical calls herself as corny as Kansas in August. A mother in this musical sings "Here I Am, Your Special Island" to convince Lieutenant Cable to travel to Bali High.
It's just South Pacific. All right. Oh, if only we remembered who Darren Criss was and remembered it was the Man in the High Castle and not the Man in the High Tower. Towers are high. Castles are not necessarily high, but we improved on our score by 4 points. One of those songs from South Pacific was on a Fallout radio station in, I think it must have been Fallout 4. But yeah, you start talking about islands in musicals, it's going to be South Pacific. You're going to wash that man right out of my hair. Oh, I'm going to wash that Darren Criss right out of my hair as we move on to sports. I'm in love with a wonderful guy. I was in Fallout 3, one of those songs, which is why I don't remember the words to it anymore. I'm recording, right? Great. Let's do some sports.
In 2023, this man hit his team's 307th and final homer, tying the 2019 Twins.
Okay, so somebody on the
Adam
Yankees
Duvall hit 3 homers the night after this teammate of his hit 3 homers.
All right, I'm just gonna like a Yankee who hits home runs. Okay. Maybe it wasn't the Yankees. It was the Braves. Huh. I thought the Yankees. Did the Yankees beat the record? The Yankees may have beaten the record. Now that I've gotten a question wrong, I'll say that my target score is 86. I thought the Yankees tied that. Oh, but it may have been the Braves tied it, but they didn't tie it for the record. And Adam Duvall wasn't on the Yankees. I should have thought a little more about that one.
Athletes fire from this many meters in the current Olympic rifle 3 positions event. In a 2021 freestyle race over this many meters, nicknamed the Splash and Dash, Emma McKeon set an Olympic record of 23.81 seconds.
Just a 50? I think it's just a 50 meter. Yeah. This is just 50 meters. 50 meters is not that long for a rifle shot either. I think archery they shoot at a longer distance than 50 meters. Maybe not. That's actually, I might just be way off. I don't actually know how long. 50 meters is about 150 feet. Yeah, 150 yards. That's pretty long. Yeah, that's pretty long for target shooting. All right, I retract my previous statement.
This stadium hosted the Super Bowl at which a power failure caused a 34-minute-long stop to the game in 2013.
Where was that?
Rebirth, a statue depicting Steve Gleason, is outside this.
So we'll just do Superdome. Good, because it's the Caesar Superdome now, and not the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. But yeah, Steve Gleason was because obviously with Katrina, the New Orleans Saints couldn't play in the Superdome for a long time, and it was used as a shelter. And once they got the Saints back, I think it was the first game against the Cardinals. They were losing, but the Cardinals were punting. And special teams hero Steve Gleason blocked a punt, and I forget if he picked up the ball to score the touchdown or not. But it was a big moment in New Orleans sports, and New Orleans sports coming back to the city after Katrina. Yeah, and after becoming the hero of New Orleans and retiring from football, Steve Gleason developed ALS. Still with us, a hero of New Orleans, for sure.
A document created by this man was acquired by David Booth for over $4 million in 2010.
Document.
This man, who taught Fogg Allen in his role as the first Kansas basketball coach, was a former YMCA teacher.
Such as James Naismith? Yeah, it's got to be Naismith. Because he was a YMCA teacher, and he wanted an indoor sport for kids to play in Canada. No, he was in Boston when he invented it, but Naismith was Canadian. So he put some peach baskets up on the wall and tried to have the kids throw a basket into them, or a ball into them. Well, first he tried throwing baskets into baskets, and it was not a great. This is not true. This is not true. Tried throwing baskets into baskets, and it was a little clumsy. So then they tried, hey, we got these soccer balls. I don't know what the actual story of it is. I get there's some nuggets of truth in there, and the rest of it is just made up, which is maybe true about every story.
In 2018, the Frontrunner Stakes was renamed after this horse. This horse additionally won the Breeders' Cup Classic after achieving the U.S. Triple Crown in 2015.
I think there's somebody different. It was American Pharoah. Sweet. It's like, 2050. The horse that finished, won it after Affirmed after so long was American Pharoah. Like, I know a little bit about Triple Crown winners.
A player with this surname suffered a broken leg from a Chase Utley slide in the 2015 NLDS.
Oh.
Another shortstop with this surname was the most valuable hitter by WAR on the 2002 Moneyball A's. For 10 points, give this surname of Mets shortstop Ruben and Orioles and Athletics shortstop Miguel.
Oh. Wait, no. What? No, it's not Miguel Cabrera. Tejada! I forgot about Miguel Tejada. Miguel Tejada was like so good in that time period, but I just completely forgot about him. He's one of those trivia black holes that I have where I just forget he existed.
At Montreal in 2024, an athlete in this sport completed an undefeated season and won a third straight world championship after rallying from 3.69 points behind Lona Hendricks. Kaori Sakamoto is a number 1 ranked athlete in, for 10 points, what sport in which competitors have short and long programs?
No. Yeah, I really lost the plot on that one. I forgot what they were asking for. Yeah, non-Olympic figure skating question.
After this club and Napoli advanced out of Group C, this club beat RB Leipzig in the 2024 round of 16. In 2024, this team won a title thanks to goals by Dani Carvajal and Vinicius Junior against Dortmund. For 10 points, a 2024 win was the 15th Champions League title for what Spanish soccer club?
Oh, Spanish. Let's try Real Madrid. They're talking about Champions League stuff, so I couldn't really pin down what country they're talking about. I thought they were in Germany for a second there. I'm really losing the plot on these sports questions in the back half.
This coach's use of a journalist as a backup kicker is described in the 2008 book A Few Seconds of Panic. Tatum Bell and Alandis Gary rushed for over 1,000 yards for this coach, whose teams went 46-10 from 1996 to 1998. For 10 points, What coach won 2 Super Bowls in the 1990s with Denver?
Yeah, who was Denver's? Who was Denver's head coach? Man, I'm gonna know it when I see it. Yeah, Mike Shanahan. Ah,
In 2016, this man hurt himself by hitting a team staff member in an argument in Toronto. This man made the
that's
All-Star game as a
basketball.
rookie after breaking his kneecap and sitting out what would have been his debut season. For 10
Yeah,
points,
it wasn't
what Oklahoma alum was a power forward on the Lob City Clippers?
was it Blake Griffin? Yeah, it was Blake Griffin. 87, one more point, improving our overall score by 1. Scrapped and scraped to get there, but we did it. Improvement on both sides in week 36. Ready for the last quarter of the year. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and head on over to naqt.com/buzzword to play these games yourself. That's it for me. Thank you so much for watching again. We'll see you next time.